Hi there, my name's Corey Scott from the East Cape of the North Island of New Zealand. While many of you have possibly seen what goes on in my everyday guiding life or backcountry experiences, there's probably not a lot out there that have ever seen what goes on behind the scenes of my competition. So for the last 12 years I've been involved quite heavily in the competition scene. I know that's not for everybody. I grew up a backcountry purist. Like I say, I'm a fly fishing guide, so that involves the backcountry more than anything. But the competition has been a huge part of my life. I'm a competitive guy. I've been to 5 different world championships. I'm about to embark on my 6th, and along the way I picked up 11 New Zealand titles, and for all those years there's never been anything documented about what we get up to, what my preparation is, the journey along the way, what it's even all about. There's a lot of misconception of what a competition fly fisherman does. So I thought with 6 weeks leading up to the world champs, I would attempt to make a kind of a vlog, if you want to call it. And it's my master plan to put out one a week and showcasing the things that I get up to in that week. So while it all won't be beautiful backcountry scenery like this, what I'm hoping to do is, one, document for myself, for my kids, for the future, what I do day in, day out, what I do in preparation for a World Championships as part of the New Zealand team. So what you may see along the way, you may learn something, you may be bored. Vlogs are quite long, they're not straight to the point, high action caliber stuff, but I'm hoping to share what I go through, the challenges, the tribulations, the mindset, the techniques, the fitness, the dietary requirements. Basically, to be at the top of your game, you've got to treat it like any other sport and become an athlete. So we're going to hopefully show you what I get up to, and possibly you'll learn something along the way. Okay, just like in the competition sense, there's a time restriction. Our restriction today is that it'll be dark in 10 minutes. So I'm going to hustle through this water. Basically, like I've said, I'm on my way to a team training. I just want to try the new 2-weight rod. Been staring at it in the tubes for a couple of weeks. Just keen to get it wet. So we'll see how we go. Right, so I'm just going to target the softer water on the inside of this corner because flows have been up and the fish will be in softer stuff. This time of year, it's winter, and there we go, nice fish. On the 2-weight, this might be a bit of a hustle, but I've got the drag set loose, 7-weight tippet, 7X tippet, sorry. And we may be going for a bit of a walk with fish of this size, but there's a lot of butt power in there. I can feel that already, and it's nice and forgiving in the tip. So how's that? First cast on the new rod and I'm in. Wow. Thing you usually find with these lighter rods, there's a lot of people that are anti-targeting fish on light rods, that you have to play the fish for too long, but what you usually find, given the right angles, you can land these fish faster than on the heavier rods because the fish don't really feel the resistance. And then once you get them in the net, it's all on. It's just green fish. Just by keeping his nose down, he'll come up, and if we get a chance to just lift his head, there we go, beautiful. So better than expected. First cast on my new 2-weight that I've been dying to get in the water. Line tightened up. Beauty. Chew! Epic! Alright, we don't have much light left, so get back in there. So that was a bloody ripper start. First cast on the new rod. 3 weeks of COVID, lying in bed staring at it. But drew first blood, just like Rambo. There's potential that there could be a few fish stacked up in here because this is the only sort of soft water in a while, and you know, about 1 kilometre of river, so. Everything else is semi-fast or without really that conducive feeding zone. But that fish came pretty easy. Rod feels really beautiful. So the reason I do have a 2-weight is I'm going to Europe. That's been said. The fish over there are smaller. It's top level competition. Best fishermen in the world. You're following really good fishermen, you've really got to go down tippet size. You go over to a fishery like that and run a 5 or 6 weight rod, that's typical New Zealand rod, and you'll be just bouncing fish all day long. You'll be breaking tippet, they won't take heavier tippet, hence the 2-weight rod. But we're up against the time because it'll be dark soon. Beautiful little soft piece in here, so just target the closest edge first. You just don't go flying straight over into the head. Everybody knows fish live in the, you know, you see what you consider a hot spot. Everybody knows there'd be a fish there, but there could also be 4 fish, and you spook the tail fish. They push the next fish up. And they push the fish in the head out. They all get alerted and you get no fish. So just take your time with your sight fishing or line fishing, which is what I'm doing right now. Ooh, could have been a tape then. Bit of a funny current coming back towards me. Well, I think we'll call that a wrap because it's getting dark. We'll get on the road, get a bit of rest tonight. See what tomorrow morning brings. It's a bit of a front supposed to come through, could rain. But where we're heading is, even though it's July, where we're heading for practice tomorrow is still pretty good for dry fly. So hopefully we get a bit of that. See how we go. So we're just heading across to team training over on a South Waikato Spring Creek. It's had a heap of rain, everywhere's flooded out, and these spring creeks are still open all year, and a lot of population of small fish, which is perfect for preparation for Slovakia. We're running 2 3-weight rods. We'll even get dry fly today. You wouldn't think July is a whiteout. It's 6 degrees outside. We'll probably end up nymphing mostly, fine tippets, 7, 8x. Those that run in the diameters or the poundage, you're talking around 2 pound, less than 0.10 of a millimetre. So it's all about tippet protection, and that's why we're heading to streams that have smaller fish. It's a waste of time us going to the Tongariro or the Whanganui and catching 4 6 pounders and getting busted off, or fishing 4 5 weight rods, fishing heavier tippet. Doesn't give us any preparation for what we're going to face in Slovakia, so that's what it's all about. So I'm just here in South Waikato on the Waimakariri stream, and this is team practice. What we're doing here is working on our fine tippet, our light rod work, and covering water, making decisions, get stuck into it, see how we go. Got this little lip over here, got the back eddy over there that should hold fish as well. Just got to get creative, work the angles, wade across. So I've just dropped the nymph in here and I fed it down really deep, and I was just on the swing, picked up this fish. The river's colouring up a bit. It's been a lot of heavy rain. This river, they really love these little lips, these points of entry that just sit right on the lips. And we've already had one of the teammates already fish through this section, so it's all dirty water, but that's what the practice is all about. Decent fish. And remember, we've got the 0.10 tippet on, so it's something like 2.5 pound, 2 pound, 2 weight rod, of course. Lovely little fish. Always try and bring them out of the zone of where we're hooking fish. Get them down here, out of the hard water, where it's soft. We can get his nose up. And sometimes skate them along the surface. Beauty. So again, little fish, fat as hell, full of coral. I'm just going to work up to this little lip here. A couple of my teammates have already fished through this water, so I'm going to go back through. Super fine tippet. Really slow down the presentation through these seams, because some of these seams are quite tricky. Really focus on a drag-free drift. These fish, once they've had a bit of pressure, don't respond if anything's untoward or dragging. And there we go. There's 0.09 tippet. And we've got a new rule coming in for competitions where fish can't leave the water, so we've all been working on netting them in the water. So if they jump, you can't actually net them in the air. Just keep. Oh, that may have been a fish. Didn't really get the greatest of entry on that presentation. That resulted in a funny drag. Missed the take. So that's how important it is to really get your presentations keyed in. It's just the bottom, sticking on the bottom. There we go. Beautiful little coloured fish. Big shout out to my son Cruz. He's behind the camera today. It's stunning Waikato day, absolutely pissing down, horrible drizzle. Started with that whiteout this morning I know Hugo's upstream, I spoke to him before, and he picked up a couple on the dry. I gave it a quick lash, but this water type's not really suitable because they're not really out on these flats after all this pressure. So here we go. That's a tiny fish, but these tiny New Zealand fish, you know, that's 8 centimeters. They fight just as hard as some of the Slovakian fish that we'll encounter in the competition. So with these light rods, fine tippet, small fine wire hooks, it's really important to work on this. So like I said, going to the Whanganui, Tongariro, Hinimai isn't really conducive to what we're going to be faced with. You kind of get a feel for a good drift and a bad drift. Second to last one was really bad presentation, bad drift. You know, when things are wet, everything sticks, and that just didn't really lay out as much as I would have liked. That's a fish. And that's a nice drift. Usually you get a nice drift and you get a reward. That's how it works. Bad drifts, you can get takes. And that drop fish. Like I was saying, bad drift, you'll get takes, but you'll drop them. That's a nice little lip there. And there we go. That's about 28 centimetre, 27 centimetres, all rainbows in here. Nice hard fighting fish, really pure clean water. So, and that was a fish. So I was just setting up my drift then. There's another fish. And I dropped that one as well. So what I was saying is I was setting up my drift and I was too busy worrying about my net. I got the first take. We've had a bust off. So the fly that was working is gone. So we'll have to see if we've got something fairly similar. Nah, got him. Been the last of my flies that are working. I think I'll go over in there and get it. You could say to me, why haven't you shown up with more flies, Corey? That's sometimes the way it works. A couple of thousand flies and one or two might on the day shine out above the rest. So with obviously haven't got a very heavy bead in this fly, so it's not getting down, I know that. What I'll do is I'll lay it on the water, let it sink first, pick up contact. Competition rules. When I'm fishing, preparing for competition, I'm preparing with competition rules, so I won't be sticking on a split shot. It's just flies, and flies have to be tied on a dropper, not truck and trailered. Anytime you're fishing, be aware of your surroundings. Could be a big tree there and I'll just cast like this straight into the tree, but I've had a look. I'm aware of my surroundings. Quite often you're so focused on the water in front of you, you don't pay any attention. So we had a full-on few days fishing, wading, sprinting through the water. Joints are a bit stiff. Got a couple more days coming up, so what better way than on our way from Rotorua to Taupo or to Turangi. We stopped for a bathe in a stunning little thermal stream. Used to be a full-on underground secret till the Lonely Planet guide published it. Now she's pretty packed. It's still a magical place to come. We'll go for a soak. How's it going, Cruz? Good?
Guys?
Action-packed day?
Yeah.
Right, let's go. Believe it or not, this may look like just any other river that we will go fishing in, but that's hot thermal water, comes out of the ground. Magical place to soothe off and bathe or get stuck in there. Soak it up. Where else do you get phenomenal like this, just in the middle of the forest? Kiwi pure. Wouldn't be a trip to Rotorua unless we checked out the mud pools. Go mean. Love this place, quite mesmerising. On our way down to Turangi, we'll fish one of the rivers down there. Get stuck into some spawning run fish. So we're rolled in here to Turangi and we're going to head on into sporting life. I'm going to drag old Andrew Burton out for a fish. See if he can put down the tools for a while. No, he's pretty busy with all the work that's going on with winter fly fishing. But boys have got to catch up, go rip some lips. So here's the famous sporting life, bit of an institution here, winter fly fishing throughout the year actually. Stunning fisheries. We'll go for a little look around the shop. And on over here, saltwater flies becoming a pretty big part of fly fishing here in New Zealand. The whole range. Got the guideline gears, chest packs, vests, waders, Umpqua, Reddington. You going to buy some? You boys in here to empty your wallet?
Yeah, just that.
Is that it?
That's it, brother.
Need a new rod, I reckon.
Hey, Pooch. Actually, I do. He broke my sage on Friday.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, no.
What more could you need than one of these?
No, there's a guy on.
Got the staff boys here.
Actually, some of that hot ice might be nice too.
Taranaki Hardcore's favourite son. He don't want to. All the he doesn't want the ladies flocking in on the shop. So he doesn't want to show his sexy moustache. Fly tying gears over here. Whole wall of it. Knock yourselves out. Feathers, chenilles, dubbings, flies. Fly for every pool on the river, every surrounding lake. You can catch some bloody big buggers like this. Goes. Here's the old AB over here. Hard at it, boy.
Yeah, as hard as it gets for me. Yep.
Got some new stock in there, I see.
Yeah, these in particular have been booming. The old fleece.
The old Teletubby pants.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah, the old undergarments.
Is that Dinky Winky or Power or something like that?
Yeah, that's old Bubbly Wobbly was me.
Yeah.
Flubber.
Right, I know you got a lot of work to do, but Keen on a fish?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Easy as.
Just like that.
Just like that.
We're
done.
So if you put in an order and you're wanting to come in and say CAB, he's not here today. You're going fishing.
On the river.
Do it. So we found ourselves in Taupo, and it's school holidays. So just taking here my youngest boy, and he's roll casting the hell out of this river. Getting a good drift. No fish on yet, but no better way to spend the school holidays than out here doing it with your son. And I'll get into it as well after he rips his first lip. Nice drift crew. That was a pretty mean little freaking roll cast there, my man. How you getting on?
Good.
Bit chilly?
Very. It's cold in my toes.
It's cold in your toes.
Yeah.
Geez, if your dad was richer, he could buy you waders and some mean boots. You getting that roll cast back, eh? It's been a while since you did that. Find that with your kids, just teaching them a basic roll cast is far more conducive to just spending time with their flies in the water rather than tangling. So it's a good little skill to learn. Woohoo! Cruisy is on! Yeah, boy! Keep that rod up. Yeah! Play him out, boy, play him out! Work it! You stoked, boy?
Choo!
My brother bird's on. I suppose you'll want to borrow my net. Nice work.
Fatty.
Ooh,
Assert dominance.
boys. Oh, birds going for the cuddle again.
I like to get to know my fish.
Yeah, the boys on the sleigh.
Sweet.
Yeah. So we just went to the effort of actually wading across because not a lot of people fish this water in a river that's really busy. So make a bit of extra effort. You could be rewarded. They might want a bit of colour in these nymphs, eh? Not these naturals I got on. Oh yeah, that's nice. I just had a complete rig bust off on a tree 10 minutes ago, and this is all new stuff, so it's a bit of a jury rig, like losing your mast at sea and hoping that it holds together, get you to port. Good head nod there. You know the fresher, eh, when they get that nod. So when we say fresh around here, we're usually fishing resident fisheries most of our time, but this is Taupo, spawning run fishery really. They move up out of the lake. Fresh ones are, what would you say, Andrew, a couple of days old or 1 day old before they... So while I wouldn't call this fish chrome, you quite often hear that saying, chasing chrome. It's a nice fish. Probably came up a day or so ago. When they're bright silver, that's the beautiful serene sound of the air brakes. It's what makes this place magical. This fish here's got rubbing on its top tails. It must have been spawning upside down, going for the reverse spawn. Nice fatty. It's a beautiful hen, nice little fatty. Get that back to go do her job upstream. So just heading on up the mighty Tongariro with the crew. Pat's gonna swing. A couple of us are gonna do something that's untoward in Patrick's world. And crews will indicate a nymph. Just making our way through the forest. It's an epic location. Feels like a full-on adventure when you come up here. So get down there, rip into some Tongariro chromas.
Sure, babe.
So we found ourselves up here on the boulder reach. Cruz is going to indicate a nymph. Maybe he's going to Euro. Pat down here. Pat Napier, local boy. Well, they're all local boys. We're all local boys in a way. He's going to swing down further here. And I'll do whatever it takes to catch fish. Probably help Cruz out with his casting. Get him into a tong nugget. See him get ripped off back down there into the trout centre. Cruz is on! Yeah, boy! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
Almost got him.
Yep, keep that rod upstream, because you can turn his head. If he wants to run, he wants to run, mate. You can slowly walk backwards if you've got good footing. Andrew's got him.
Warrior!
Come in here. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Nice. Yeah, Cruzy. Yeah. Epic fighting, bro. Epic playing. Wicked, bro.
Yeah.
School holidays.
Yeah.
Slain the other stream down the road, secret stream, yesterday, and now we're here on the big river. No names, secret rivers, all these, eh? There's no one around after all.
It's not really secret.
School holidays. What are all the other dads up to? Must be twiddling your thumbs while your kids are on Minecraft and old what's that other games you guys play? Fortnite.
I don't play those.
No, there's new ones now.
Oh, like Call of Duty and that.
Yeah, COD. Call of Duty.
I didn't even play those, bro.
See, we're playing Cough. Call of Fishing.
Bro, I didn't even play that either.
Ah. Setting the drift. Quick mend. Those that have fished here know will have learnt all about a mend and how important it is. Get your mend sorted. Mend is the difference between failure and success on this river. The brother burden's on. Just shows you there's just not one way to skin a cat. Burden was Euro nymphing further downstream, so was I, Pat swinging. And as soon as I stuck on the trusty old Tongariro indicator system, it's what works around here. And it continues to provide the fruit. Nice fruit. Nice fish there. Double trouble for the boys. Kissy.
Scissor! Put him down there.
So I've just had a cracking couple of days in Taupo, down Turingi ways. And while this fishery isn't really conducive for preparing for a world championship with light rods, smaller fish, still fishing, good fun with my son. School holidays, near the Ripper. He got a couple of good fish. It's good to see him out amongst it. So we'll probably head off home today. You never know where the road will take us. Probably cross a couple of rivers. There'll be bridges, and sometimes when you look down on that water it's rude not to stop, so we'll see where our next adventure takes us.